Gusu. Gusu.
Oh, Amitofo. You speak English?
Yes,
Oh,
a little bit.
you're from Tibet.
No.
You're Taiwanese.
Taiwanese.
Oh, you want to have some tea?
No.
Okay.
It's not well for me to sleep.
Oh, you're difficult sleeping if you drink tea.
Yeah.
Okay. You come to stay here now?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes.
Your friend?
Yeah. We are friends.
Oh,
We come from the same temple.
original temple.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. This has a smell. Bekanze, Bekanze, Maha Bekanze, Ranza Samungate Soa, Teata Om Bekanze, Bekanze, Maha Bekanze, Ranza Samungate Soa. Tao and Bekanze, Bekanze, Maha Bekanze, Ranjai Samungate Su, Eyantai Bekanze, Maha Bekanze, Hello. How's the video quality? Is the connection strong enough? Wait till you see this. This may look familiar to my Middle Eastern friends out there. How old are you, Lego? You are a child of the universe. And your mother sees through you like a fish sees through water. So we're here learning to meet the eyes of our mother. In this case, our mother is non-binary, but we don't have to get into that. It's May 2nd. It's a Friday. It's 25 degrees Celsius. And it's 1857. That sounds about right. Lego King, what kind of work do you do? What's your job? Oh. I might have some work for you. I've been looking for, kind of how I do everything in a 1/10% way, but I've been looking for somebody to chop up some of my videos um, and make them into shorts. So specifically, I don't know if you've seen it, but I have that video with Kai Cenat. So I was looking to see if someone can chop that up into short 60-second clips, interesting clips, and then can post them on shorts to reach some more of the youth. The tannins are getting to me. Yeah, probably that video and some of my other videos. Sometimes I act a little bit crazy for a few moments, and maybe there could be clips from that too to put on TikTok and YouTube. Yeah, clips from the Matan. Yeah, could cut up the Matan one as well. Because in terms of the spiritual journey, the real ideal, the idealized goal, destination is to um, my ear's bleeding. Oh, is my ear bleeding? So, that you can be anywhere and you can be at peace, or you can be free from suffering anywhere, like the Buddha was. That also comes with its own conditions compared to being a normal person. So that's certainly not where I'm at. I suffer, and like for a fully enlightened person like a Buddha, the Buddha wouldn't like to, from what I understand, the Buddha wouldn't like coffee in the same way that he wouldn't like a comfy bed to sleep in. So there's a story about some person wandering around, and he came across the Buddha in the morning, and the Buddha was kind of hanging out under this tree. A person said to the Buddha, how did you sleep? How'd you sleep last night? It was a mess out here. It was windy. It was kind of cold. What's going on? And the Buddha said, I slept great. And the guy said, what do you mean you slept great? It was a mess. And he said, um, I don't have attachments to pleasantness. And that means that wherever I sleep freely and wonderfully. I get a deep rest. Um, but for me, in my lowly state, and I'm a very lowly spiritual practitioner, I can guarantee you that. Um, I need inspiration. I need conditions. I need support to stay on the path. And this here, when I can do live streams, that I can make videos that I can share with people, and that it's actually reaching people. This really gives me, a lot of heart, a lot of motivation, and a lot of uh, place for me to come back and to continue. It gives me a certain kind of nourishment. If I was just talking to the wall, um, I'd be maybe less inspired to do this kind of activity. But I see that people watch and people get benefit from it. Uh, so yeah, if I could turn some of my videos into shorts, might reach more people, and maybe they can tag along too. Let's see what happens with this tea when it opens up. Oh, all right, you're not going to want to miss this. This is going to be completely crazy. Watch this, everybody. Watch what's about to happen here. W's in the chat, everybody, for what's about to happen. Leave a like, put your name and age and country in the chat. And here we got it. Look at this. I don't think that's enough hot water. What's going on? Okay, here we go. This gives the exact amount of water. It says 100 degrees centigrade, 100 mil. Is that true? Is that hot? Wow, it's coming out red hot. I needed it to be so hot because this is a really cool ancient Chinese technology device. Look at this. That's old school. And this doesn't get hot, but it kind of magically transfers all the heat to this machine. Sarah 25, bonjour, hello. And a lot of people who didn't participate. And if you didn't participate, you're in big trouble. take a look at this. That's not your grandma's tea, all right? It's a fermented dark tea, fermented black tea. Whatever is in it makes me sweat. You can see it's a black color, very rich color, huh? And what you're gonna do, you're gonna leave this for tomorrow. That's gonna be ready tomorrow. More rotten, more stinky, that's better. It's just like compost. But if you're living in compost, you might have a tough time. How old do you think that I am? Do I look very young and beautiful? Oh, what a shame. Well, that's how old I am. I'm in my 30s. In my 20s, I was a Buddhist monk. I was an incredible monk, and now look at me. It's interesting because when you're in this line of work, you know, I think back to teachings that I've shared and experiences of my life that I've shared. And, you know, I've already shared that, so it seems strange to say it again. And also, you know, before when I shared about my life before I was a monk, then I was a monk. Now I'm not a monk, and I'm talking about before I was a monk. So but I was a big weeder. I was a big weeder. And it doesn't really matter who we used to be. And it doesn't matter who we're going to be tomorrow. It doesn't even matter who we are right now. You know, drink your tea. Find your breathing. See the seeing. Stop thinking about things. Yeah, I did landscaping before I was a monk. Okay, Metta Cafe. Metta Cafe. You know what this means? It means that this is a place of loving kindness. All right? Loving Kindness Cafe with care. Well, Jimbo, you should come over here and not think. Be in a state of not thinking. Okay, let's see what's going on here. I mean, look at Lance Armstrong. Look at Lance Armstrong. He had a mind, he had memory, he had a culture, and he was winning for a reason. And look what happened to him. So everything's impermanent, and there's no such thing as black and white. Um, was Lance Armstrong good? Was Lance Armstrong bad? Who can say? He was what he was, and now he is who he is. Well, we have to take responsibility for our choices. So you've chosen to be here. You've chosen to give me a seat in your mind. So, if you want to get a lobotomy, I wouldn't recommend that. But to understand non-thinking is very important. Most people aren't professional thinkers. Most people are doing garden maintenance, etc. And going deeper into the mind, just like if you were going to go deeper into the muscle tissues of your body, is not actually based on thinking. You can say get a lobotomy, but why were lobotomies given? Why were they designed? Lobotomies were designed because of attachment, because of anger, greed, and attachment. RFK Jr.'s aunt, or whoever she was a rebellious, friction kind of lady. So they said, hey, look, there's this new surgery and we'll get her fixed up. So they went and got her fixed up. And that's a lot of things in life. In terms of social dimensions, that we're not really doing very much. And we're missing out on a lot. So if you can't see through thought, you can't see reality. Thought is just like a incense. So yes, you want to be aware of what kind of incense you are burning, but ultimately incense is impermanent. And thoughts are also impermanent. So the ground of reality, or the profundity of the mind, isn't based on thoughts. Thoughts are just based on sounds, basically. So a culture of sounds that we are institutionalized into. So compassion isn't thought-based. Kindness isn't thought-based. The energy of loving kindness, the energy of compassion, isn't about thinking about things. You can use thoughts to bring about the energy of kindness or compassion, but it's not based in it. So the layers to thought is it's a really confusing and a really wrong idea. It's an idea that you can intellectually understand reality. It's like not realizing that what you're seeing depends on the telescope that you're using to see it. And in gross sciences, that's understandable. But once we get to more subtle sciences of the mind, and specifically reality, what is very clear is that the way of looking actually affects what is seen. And the vaguity of thought, and the reason that meditation is so important, and applied Buddhism or applied, sustained, concentrated attention in understanding the mind is so important, because you develop a basis of direct experience that you otherwise won't have. So if you think that direct experience is based on your thoughts about it, you're Mr. Looney Tunes. And hey, I've been there. It's not a fun place to be. And the world is controlled by people that tend to think like that and imagine like that. A bunch of Looney Tunes nightmare monsters. So it's much more important to learn how to detach from thoughts rather than to control thoughts. Controlling thoughts is overrated. Because you may think that you're controlling your thoughts, but actually you're not. Anyway, there's a lot of things that you can't talk about in the way that you think that you can talk about them. Because it's not about your idea or your concept or your opinion about reality. Reality is noumenal in nature. So it's beyond the realm of thought-based experience. If you were here, I'd practice mindfulness and detachment to the best of my ability. But you need to take a time out. 5 minutes, okay? 5-minute meditation timeout. So, that's the unexplainable reality. Well, that's what Buddhism is about. It's not easy for a lot of people to just turn off their overactive mind. So, you start to get involved in Buddhism or meditation or listening to people who have experience in cutting off the overactive mind. But that's also temporary and conditional. So someone may want to get into Buddhism, but they may not be able to because of cause and conditions. So in Buddhism, we call this merits or blessings. So it's not actually according to your will or your control. It's according to your blessings when it's concerned with awakening, enlightenment, the Buddhist path, the ending of suffering.